Welcome to my channel Car Auto, ladies and gentlemen. The Ford Mustang GT40, while not an actual model in the official Mustang lineup, often results from a conflation between two legendary vehicles in Ford's performance history, the Ford Mustang and the Ford GT40. These are distinct cars with unique legacies, yet both represent Ford's commitment to performance, innovation, and motorsport dominance. The GT40, in particular, was Ford's answer to Ferrari's dominance at Le Mans, while the Mustang became an iconic American muscle car with mass appeal. Though sometimes confused due to similar nomenclature, especially with modern GT models inspired by both the GT40 and Mustang lineage, the two cars serve different purposes. This essay delves into the history, design, performance, and legacy of the Ford GT40, often romantically associated with Mustang due to Ford's overarching brand identity. The story of the GT40 begins in the early 1960s, when Henry Ford II was determined to establish the company's dominance in the realm of international motorsports. Ford attempted to purchase Ferrari, the reigning kings of endurance racing, particularly at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. However, the deal fell through when Enzo Ferrari backed out at the last minute, reportedly over concerns about losing control over Ferrari's racing division. Enraged, Ford launched a program to beat Ferrari at their own game. This gave birth to the GT40 program, named partially for its height, 40 inches from the ground to the top of the car. The development of the GT40 involved collaboration between Ford's American engineering teams and British racing specialists. The initial prototypes were developed in England, where Lola cars played a significant role in shaping the GT40's chassis. Ford poured immense resources into the project, recruiting racing legends like Carroll Shelby to refine and improve the car. Shelby, known for his work on the Cobra and later the Mustang GT350, brought deep racing experience and a no-nonsense approach to vehicle development. Under his guidance, the GT40 matured into a formidable race car. The GT40's first real taste of victory came in 1966, when Ford made motorsports history by taking first, second, and third places at Le Mans, ending Ferrari's six-year winning streak. This victory was not just about engineering but also symbolized a broader narrative of American ingenuity and determination. The win at Le Mans was repeated in 1967, 1968, and 1969, establishing the GT40 as one of the most successful endurance racing cars of all time. Each iteration of the car saw improvements. The MKI was the first production version, the MK2 introduced a larger 7.0-liter V8 engine, and the MKIV was a wholly American-designed version that won in 1967 with Dan Gurney and A.J. Foyt behind the wheel. The GT40 wasn't just a car, it became a symbol of Ford's ability to take on and defeat the best in the world. It was raw, loud, powerful, and unapologetically aggressive. These qualities were mirrored in the Ford Mustang, particularly the high-performance variants like the GT and the Shelby GT350. While the GT40 was never a street car in the traditional sense, it influenced Ford's performance philosophy and served as a halo vehicle that elevated the brand's image. Over the years, Ford capitalized on the GT40 legacy by introducing modern interpretations. In 2005, Ford introduced the Ford GT, a modern homage to the original GT40. It featured a supercharged V8 engine, advanced aerodynamics, and retro styling that paid tribute to its ancestor. The car was well received and became a collector's item almost instantly. Then in 2017, Ford introduced a second-generation Ford GT, this time built with a carbon fiber monocoque chassis, active aerodynamics, and a twin-turbo V6 engine. Unlike its predecessor, the new GT was a cutting-edge, track-focused supercar that once again brought Ford back to Le Mans, winning the GTE Pro class in 2016, 50 years after the original 1966 victory. Though not a Mustang, the GT40's DNA and racing spirit can be found in the high-performance Mustang variants. The Shelby GT500 and GT350 are muscle cars with track-ready capabilities, drawing on the same racing culture that birthed the GT40. Moreover, the aesthetics of some modern Mustangs even borrow cues from the GT family, such as aerodynamic elements and aggressive front fascia. The GT40 helped redefine what an American car could achieve in terms of performance, handling, and international prestige. The confusion between the GT40 and Mustang GT40 arises mostly from popular media and casual references. Some aftermarket tuners have attempted to create Mustang versions inspired by the GT40, using GT body kits or branding, leading to a blend of the two names in car culture. While these creations aren't officially recognized by Ford, they demonstrate the appeal and emotional resonance of the GT40 name among Mustang fans. Beyond its technical excellence, the GT40 has secured a permanent place in popular culture. It has been featured in countless documentaries, books, and films. Most notably, the 2019 film, Ford vs. Ferrari, brought the GT40 story to a broader audience, dramatizing Ford's quest to beat Ferrari and highlighting the contributions of Carroll Shelby and driver Ken Miles. The movie reignited interest in the GT40 and reinforced its status as a legendary vehicle. Restorations and replicas of the GT40 remain popular among enthusiasts. Original GT40s are rare and command millions at auctions, but companies like Superformance offer licensed replicas that are virtually indistinguishable from the originals. These vehicles allow more enthusiasts to experience the thrill of driving one of history's most iconic race cars. Technically, the GT40's performance was ahead of its time. It featured independent suspension, wind tunnel-tested aerodynamics, and powerful V8 engines that delivered brutal acceleration. Its success was due in large part to its balance of power, lightweight design, and the relentless pursuit of engineering perfection. The car's handling was precise, and it was built to endure 24 hours of high-speed racing, proving its reliability as much as its speed. In essence, while the GT40 and Mustang are separate chapters in Ford's history, they are both bound by a shared ethos of performance, rebellion, and a drive to push limits. The GT40's racing victories gave Ford the credibility to expand its performance brand, which it did successfully through the Mustang. The Mustang GT, especially in its more aggressive forms, carries the torch of performance that the GT40 lit on the racetrack. Ultimately, the GT40's story is not just about racing, it's about ambition, rivalry, and the pursuit of excellence. It's about an American automaker proving that it could build a car to rival the best from Europe. And even today, the GT40 serves as a benchmark, a reminder of what is possible when passion meets engineering. Whether one is a fan of the Mustang or the GT40, both cars represent different expressions of the same spirit: bold, fast, and unforgettable. Please subscribe to my channel Car Auto.